sometime in the next 100
Up a lot of yards.
Good. We might see a great offensive ball game. I got a feeling it could be going back and forth today, Bob.
That's right. We had a quote that from one of the coaches that said, "Gee, I'm not sure there's enough defense out there."
So, should be a good one. Don't go away. Let's take a look now at today's starting lineups.
Today's starting lineups are brought to you by the First National Bank, which encourages you to shop locally and bank locally at your independent community bank, First National Bank. Starting in offense this afternoon for Fred Heydrich's Lutheran Lancers at quarterback number 10, Jeff Lohberger. At halfback number 25, Seth Honke. At fullback number 34, Andy Hillman. At halfback number 96, Ed Vandewater. On the offensive line, the end positions are number 98, Jason Schrank, and number 83, Ben Hartman. At center, number 88, Barry Nelson. The tackles are number 74, Craig Haupt, and number 64, Phil Vandermouse. And the guards are number 53, Chuck Zivko, and number 50, Eric Mathias. Starting on defense for Ray Branchick's Roncalli Jets, on the line, the ends are number 90, Ryan Roberts, and number 59, Russ Mayer. The tackles are number 52, Nick Miller, and number 77, Jamie Stahl. The linebackers are number 42, Brian Sealski, number 50, Jason Ewan, number 63, Mike Jageman, and number 9, Tyler Neufeld. The cornerbacks are number 1, Chris Culligan, and number 21, Aaron Golden. And at safety, number 80, Nick Wellner. On offense for the Jets, at quarterback number 7, Ryan Schulander. At halfback, number 21, Aaron Golden. At fullback, number 29, Mark Hendrickson. At flanker, number 80, Nick Wellner. On the line, the ends are number 90, Ryan Roberts, and number 9, Tyler Neufeld. The tackles are number 55, Craig Jarabic, and number 76, Jason Brigham. The guards are number 71, Jason Kaliz, and number 50, Jason Ewan. And at center, number 65, Peter Kotz. On defense for the Lancers, on the line, number 12, Corey Rodewald. Number 54, Chad Cordy. Number 73, Brad Ramlow. And number 67, Randy Lepich. The linebackers are number 96, Ed Vandewater. And number 34, Andy Hillman. And number 33, Jason Richter. The defensive backs are number 26, Andy Lobbs. Number 25, Seth Honke. Number 20, Jerry Karolfi. And number 19, Chris Schwartz. We'll be back with more pregame right after this.
Since the days of inkwells and oversized ledger books, First National Bank in Manitowoc has been owned by local shareholders and operated by local people. Today, 100 years later, First National Bank is the only bank in Manitowoc locally owned and operated. The majority of our shareholders still live here in Manitowoc and are your friends and neighbors. Our customers believe it's important to shop locally, and so do we. Shop locally and bank locally at First National Bank, Manitowoc's only locally owned independent bank.
You Be the Ref is brought to you by Jones Intercable, local cable programming, TV that hits home.
A1 receives the snap and begins to run behind his line of scrimmage. A1 fumbles the ball and kicks it while it is on the ground. Which would be the correct answer? A, this would be an illegal kick. The penalty would be from the spot where the ball was kicked. B, this would be a legal kick because it occurred behind the line of scrimmage. Or C, an illegal kick, the penalty would be from the original line of scrimmage.
Football. Noun. A field game played with an inflated leather ball.
ESPN, all season long for air-it-out, hard-hitting collegiate football action. Ow! And speaking of hard-hitting, no one delivers sports news with more in-depth, award-winning, investigative coverage than ESPN, your home team for sports news. This month, know the score and catch live sports action on Jones Intercable. It's a smart choice.
We hope that you chose A because it's the only correct answer.
Oh, we love those You Be the Ref segments, Bob, and the penalty on that one is enforced from the spot where it was kicked behind the line of scrimmage.
That it is. We were kind of guessing it might be a line of scrimmage one, but got to get out that rule book and really dig into those kicking rules, I guess.
Again, thanks to Tom Frieder and the Manitowoc Chiefs players that participated in You Be the Ref. Both of them did an excellent job, and we hope you enjoy that series. Well, Bob, the fans continue to file in here, and a few lawn chairs along the side. We're going to have a big crowd here on hand today.
Well, it's a big interest city game, as we mentioned earlier. I'm sure there's a lot of interest, and so we'll have a I think a standing room only crowd this afternoon.
You bet. Well, we're only a couple of minutes away from the kickoff. We'll take a break and be back with more pregame right after this.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of Lifestyles at Fox Hills Resort. We start our journey in the Crystal Dining Room with no expenses spared for the Friday night land and sea buffet or the lavish Sunday brunch. Come with us.
Spot.
Well, I thought the woodsy look was the paneling that our viewers are seeing in front of us here in the press box. Again, they've really done a great job in this facility out here over the years. This press box is just a couple years old, and of course they put the roof area over there up on top, so the railings and so forth, so the camera people can have a nice location up on top, and really did a great job. We'll talk more about that a little bit later today. Well, it's time for Conan's Keys to the Game.
Today's Keys to the Game are brought to you by the Conan Center, your one-stop for furniture, appliances, carpeting, and TVs. Our everyday price beats their sale price every time.
Well, one of the things, of course, that's a key to this particular game is can the Jets find their early season offense? As you may recall, the Jets early this season scored 40 points against Thomas More. The offense had been rolling, and then the last 3 weeks kind of sputtering along and not getting a lot of scoring. In fact, one touchdown in the last 3 outings. They're going to be out there, of course, trying to make that different today. Talking to Coach Ray Branchik, he said the kids are ready. They've put those things behind them, those last 3 games behind them, and they're ready to play today. Well, of course, the other side of the coin is the Lancers. We mentioned their strong running attack. Will they be able to keep that going? The Roncalli defensive front, good-sized boys out there. Roncalli with the size edge on the offensive and defensive lines. So it'll be up to those Lancer linemen to make the blocks, open those holes, and see if they can maintain that strong running attack that they've demonstrated in the last few weeks. Hey, it ought to be a good one.
Oh, you bet. And Bob, to answer a question that we hear a lot around town, a lot of people asking, well, why isn't this game played at Municipal Field? Because of Roncalli Jets, of course, playing that, a larger facility seating capacity. But they know the Lancers enjoy playing a game every other year in this series right here at their home field.
And it is, as we mentioned, a very nice facility, and the field is in great shape. We were out there walking around on it a bit. Sometimes at this time in a football season, you find that, oh, the field is getting a little cut up and such. This one is in good shape. It's got a nice crown to it. It hasn't been rained on too much, not muddy. The playing conditions should be just fine for both these teams.
You bet. They're introducing the starting lineups right now. There you see Chris Culligan. And so we're going to take one more break, and we'll be ready for the kickoff of today's game after this.
Today's game is being brought to you by the First National Bank, your independent community bank, locally owned and operated since 1849. Today's game is also being brought to you by the Meadow Sports Complex, the Penguin Drive-In, Color Bias Decorating Center, Colonial Inn, Two Rivers Community Hospital, Stocks Dinner Club, Natural Ovens, Fricky Printing, Fox Hills Resort and Country Club, Luigi's Pizza Palace 3, Novak Service Center, Conan Furniture and Appliance, Silver Lake College, and the Roncalli Athletic Association.
Play Beat the Butcher and win a $20 gift certificate from Fairview Supermarket. Just think, freshly cut made-to-order meats, party trays, and fruit baskets designed just for you. Ready to win? It's simple. Visit Fairview Supermarket each week and register to play Beat the Butcher. If we select your name during Packer Call-In, you'll win a Green Bay Packer mug and be eligible for a $20 Fairview gift certificate. Remember, to win, you need to register at Fairview Supermarket by Tuesday each week.
Beautiful fall afternoon, temperature in the 50s, wind south 10 to 15, forecast cloudy. As you can see, Bob Jomey guarantees no rain or your money back for all the viewers watching today. Of course, we don't have pay-per-view, so they're getting this game at a great price, Bob.
That's right. Absolutely true. And I must confess that my guarantee of no rain is somewhat based on what the Weather Service also has to say, but I think we're going to be home free on that aspect today, even though we've gotten rained on at Lancer Field a time or two.
Don't back out now, Bob. A guarantee is a guarantee. It was
just hedging.
Okay. It was on the screen. You saw the Beat the Butcher promotion on our last spot, and we want to mention again that Packer Call-In this week will be moved to Tuesday night at 6:30 because the Ships replay at 6:30 on 6:45 airtime. That is on Wednesday night. Ships will be hosting Sheboygan North, so Packer call in just for this week. Moved to Tuesday night, 6:30 p.m., and then that will be followed by this Lancer Roncalli Jet replay at 7.
And here we see some enthusiastic greetings for teammates out on the field as the Lancers are being introduced. Almost gives me a headache just to watch.
We mentioned both teams tied at 4-3 on the year. Pretty evenly matched game today, Bob.
That's right, and they've had a few common opponents this year. Not a lot of them. Their preseason games were not against any common opponents, but of course, within their conference, they do play several of the same folks.
Here's quarterback Jeff Lohberger, number 10, being introduced. And both teams fired up. You see the Lancers and the Jets were as well, and they had their introductions.
I think that rivalry that we've got going here, you see the emotion. Both of these teams, kids are coming out here ready to play today.
Don't go away. Have your favorite beverage, sandwich, popcorn. Sit back and enjoy. And now they're getting ready for the national anthem.
And now, to honor America, we ask that you stand and join in the singing of our national anthem.
Old Glory there, blowing in the background with the players eyeing that.
Some very nice technical work there by the crew as you got to see the teams standing at attention for the national anthem. Really excellent job.
You bet. I'll second that. Well, we're just moments away from the kickoff. The officials will take a break and come back and line up the starting officials for today's game.
This is the way it was and still is today. At the Penguin Drive-In, great food and service are still number one. Delicious charbroiled sandwiches, including our famous 1/3 pound Big Penny, served on our specially prepared crispy bun. Enjoy plate lunches, homemade soups, thick milkshakes, and old-fashioned creamy custard. For a taste that will bring you back, stop at the Penguin Drive-In on Calumet Avenue.
This can be avoided with quality tires professionally mounted and balanced at Novak Service Center. Priced right for your car or truck needs. Don't be caught in this situation. Buy now at Novak Service Center.
Bob, what about those officials for today's game?
Well, a veteran crew and one, some of these names will be very familiar. Art Nilitz, David Nilitz, Ted Melanson, Ron Balzon, and Keith Bondi are the crew for today with referee Art Nilitz.
Thank you, Bob. Tyler Neufeld ready to kick it off for the Jets. And we're underway for the battle at Silver Platter. Taken at the 10-yard line. And a big return by the Lancers out to the 42-yard line on that return.
Nice work by the wedge there as they really cleared out a path, and the back springing through for good yardage on that return.
Ed Vandewater, number 96 on that return for the Lancers. Jeff Lohberger, number 10, at QB for the Lancers. Pitch Andy Hillman coming around the right side. Culligan, the corner, plays it real well, turns the play inside, so Tyler Neufeld cleans up on the tackle, along with number 50, Jason Ewan.
Was excellent defensive corner work that time, as the play not allowed to make the corner, just holding it up and stretching it toward the sideline. That's the key that you want to do. The longer you can stretch it and force it outside, instead of being able to turn upfield, the better your defense is doing.
Good D on the first play by the Jets. No gain for the Lancers. Second man through, and he's hit right in his tracks. Number 32, Scott Christoffel, first there for the Jets.
Well, the Jet defense was ready for that one. A little belly play, a fake to the fullback on the first in the hole nearest the center, and the hand to the next man out. And defense right there on the stop.
Russ Mayer, number 59, also in there for the Jets.
Veteran coach here, Fred Heydrich, looking things over.
So the Lancers faced with 3rd and long. Christoffel looks, and incomplete. A little bit too high, intended for Hartman.
Had the ball up there just over his head, and he went up for it, but the ball got through between those hands. Looks like a punting situation.
And you know that's high when it goes over Ben's head. 6'5", Ben Hartman.
Kind of receiver you like to have out there. A little height, can go up and get the ball.
Lohberger, dual duty. He's the punter for the Lancers. And the ball goes out of bounds. Off to the side here. Let's see where the officials spot it. Somewhere close to the 44-yard line is going to be the official spot.
Very short punt that time, as it came off the side of the foot and did not get a great deal of distance. It's going to come out only about a 12 or 14-yard punt, I think.
Ryan Schulander, number 7, the 6-foot junior, at the controls for the Jets. Schulander hands off to Henriksen around the left side. Well played, Karolfi, number 20. Also Schwartz and Richter on the stop.
Well, in the early going, the defenses here, well, it's only one play, of course, for the Lancer defense, but the defenses are looking like they might be here to play today.
Just underway in the first. Glad you can join us on Jones Intercable Channel 20, 10:08 on the clock in the first period. No score in the ball game. Henriksen finds some good room inside the tackle. Closed quickly, however, by the Lancers. Coming up on the stop, number 12, Corey Rodewall from that defensive left end slot. Bring up about 3rd and 5 for the Jets.
The Lancer defense playing linebackers pretty well off the line of scrimmage, but something that I like to see in linebacker play is their first move is forward rather than lateral or whatever. They step up and they're ready to meet the ball as it comes to them.
Jets need to get to the 45-yard line of the Lancers to gain a first down. And Golden gets the first down, still on his feet, driving, still on his feet. Breaks 3-4 tackles, and Aaron Golden with a great run down to the 28.
Nice run by Golden. They ran out of the power triangle that time. Here you're going to see 2 lead blockers out of that backfield in front. A lot of people get a hand on Aaron Golden here, but he keeps those legs going. A good stiff arm there as he keeps pumping, never stop. That's the key to running the ball well. Once you stop those legs, the defense has got you.
Culligan right up the middle for excellent yardage on first down.
Another nice straight ahead run that time.
Second and about 4. Golden, right side. Golden, first down and more's close to that marker. And he's shy about 2 yards from the touchdown. First and goal, Jets.
Golden very quick looking today. He's really shown us something on these couple of first carries that he's had. Again, you see the lead blockers out front. Nice hit, taking the defensive contained man to the outside. And the tackle finally made inside the 5-yard line.
You can see that nice block thrown by number 76, Jason Brigham, from his right tackle spot. And they go right side, but Golden tackled in his tracks. Nice stop by Seth Honke, the safety, coming up.
Good open field tackle. Golden, of course, showing you something already today. And a runner like that brought down in the open field. Nice tackle.
Ball spotted at the 3. Golden in that tailback slot. And Golden, right side, diving. And he's in as he crosses the plane of the goal line. And the Jets are on the board first today, 7:34 in the first.
The power triangle again. They've run it quite successfully, and almost all of their plays have gone to their offensive right, and that one no exception. Going to the offensive right, 2 lead blockers, paving the way for Aaron Golden to make the first score of this fall afternoon's football game.
So the Jets moving down. Ground game, very impressive on that particular drive. Schulander brings him up for the 2-point conversion attempt. Wide sides to the right. And off right tackle, and Golden goes in untouched. 8-0. Roncalli leads it.
Since the days of inkwells and oversized ledger books, First National Bank in Manitowoc has been owned by local shareholders and operated by local people. Today, 100 years later, First National Bank is the only bank in Manitowoc locally owned and operated. The majority of our shareholders still live here in Manitowoc and are your friends and neighbors. Our customers believe it's important to shop locally, and so do we. Shop locally and bank locally at First National Bank, Manitowoc's only locally owned independent bank.
Well, that scoring drive, 7 plays for the Jets, taking 2:44 off the clock and a 56-yard drive to open the scoring on this October 15th afternoon.
Thanks to Bill Streleski, our statistician, for providing those numbers. And Rotowa had his knee touched down at the 26.
Earlier we were saying the field does seem to be in good shape, but there we saw a little slip as he tried to accelerate.
The Lancers trailing by 8 as we're midway in this first period. Lohberger over the middle, intended for Vandewater, incomplete.
A lot of heat on that ball as he really threw a bullet and through the hands of the receiver.
Check that, I believe that was Schrank, the intended receiver on that play. Nick Wellner, good coverage by the Jets. Lancers have not been shy about putting it in the air. 2nd and long, they go off left tackle. Pretty well played there. Jason Ewan, number 50, on the stop. And Grant Wagey, not too much on that game.
The Roncalli defense really keying the run here as we see 8 men within about 2 yards of the line of scrimmage. They're really playing to, they're concentrating, I should say, on that Lancer rushing attack.
Wagey, Hillman, Vandewater on a 3rd. Down play, Lohberger, he's getting rushed. Dumps it off, incomplete. Boy, Lohberger under a lot of pressure by Tyler Neufeld and also Mayer rushing in there.
Aggressive defense by Roncalli. You see Lohberger dropping back. Neufeld, who's lined up as the linebacker, blitzing there. The pass delivered, but turning to look upfield, and the ball comes loose. Incomplete.
Lohberger has to field the load snap. Nice kick by Lohberger. So the ball hits around the 36, and it hit a Jet player. And let's see who has the football. Lancers say they do. And coming up with the football at the bottom of that pile is number 80, Dave Wire. What happened, the man ahead of Chris Culligan, it hit his back, Bob. Dropped down. Let's see if we can see it on here.
Okay, here you see the punt turning over, and here it's going to be the contact with the shoulder of number 80 for the Jets. And then the fight is on to see who can come up with that ball down there.
So you see it hit off the back or shoulder of Wellner. And the Lancers get a break here on the turnover.
I think we're going to have a failure to wear the required equipment, the official name for this penalty. Somebody did not have one of the chin straps. As a safety thing, a lot of people, of course, using 4-point chin straps these days, and all 4 must be snapped.
As well as the mouthpiece you have to have.
Yeah, that has to be in use as well. And they even have colors so that they're easier for the officials to pick up.
1st and 15, Lohberger pitching to Andy Hillman. Hillman with some fine running. And Hillman close to that first down marker. So he gets all but about 3 yards back.
Yes, that was a nice run that time. The best offensive play the Lancers have come up with today. We saw Hillman running wide against Xavier last week. We know he's capable of getting out there and making the play.
Fine 12-yard run by Hillman. Lohberger to Grant Wagee on the quick hitter off the left side. And Grant Wagee appears to have that first down.
That's kind of the Lancers' bread and butter play. It's a straight-ahead dive. It's a quick hitter. The defense has to react very, very quickly to something like that because they hit you immediately.
Grant Wagee, 5'7", 164-pound junior, so when he tucks it and runs low, tough guy to find in there. Showed some excellent quickness last week for the Lancers. And Vandewater, and he has just stood up immediately. Scott Christoffel and Tyler Neufeld cleaning up, but Christoffel, was he in there?
Yes, he certainly was. It was good defense, hard charging defense. A lot of Lancer linemen had released and were downfield on their block already, but got to make the block at the line of scrimmage to begin.
2-yard loss in that running play. And Hillman, Russ Mayer wrapping him up around the right corner. Also on the stop, Chris Culligan, the left corner, pickup of a yard. Want to mention Crime Prevention Day is going to be coming up next Saturday, October 22nd at the Expo. There'll be photo IDs and fingerprinting for your kids. There'll also be ambulance and police cars available to check out home security systems, live music and food, and Officer Ollie and friends will be out there. Lohberger over the middle, incomplete, a little bit behind the receiver, intended for Hartman.
We had an open receiver on that one on the pass play, but no chance to catch the ball. This is thrown a little bit behind him. Okay, a good play action pass there as you see the fake made inside and the ball a little bit behind the receiver.
Ben ran a nice route on that, had cleared out that area. Lohberger pumps once and goes deep. Oh, for Hartman. Got behind his man and just a little bit overthrown. Well-designed play by the Lancers.
Certainly was. Another nice fake on that, and the receiver was there. Just that one very little bit overthrown, just outside the reach of the receiver.
Sure, a little concern on the Jet bench right now. 2 plays, Hartman getting open on both, and they have to have a sigh of relief that they didn't hit either one. So the ball gets turned over to the Jets. 3:41 remaining in the first. 8-0. Jets lead it. 3-yard run by Golden, and he had the 2-point conversion as well. Henriksen. Gain of about 7 or so on first down.
Nice quick slant there. He really slashed through and was into the linebacker area very, very quickly.
2nd and 4. We'll give him 6 on that first down play. Schulander hands off to Golden. Well played as a host of Lancers. The first one there, number 41, Chris Schultz, making a fine defensive play.
He really made it happen, and then held the play up enough for all the help to arrive. This is the kind of swarming defense that we've seen from the Lancers before. The first initial hit by Schultz, and here comes all the help.
Now, when you played, is that what you did? You came across, made the initial, then you hollered help?
I should have.
Help arrived, right? On 3rd down, Culligan hit in the backfield, a loss on the play. And Honke, number 25, there you see him. A couple of fine defensive plays by Seth Honke early in today's game.
Here we go. You see the Lancers diving through, penetration, everything there. Mess things up in the backfield if you can. They're diving through, reaching out. If they can get a hand on a foot, slow anyone up, it's going to make a difference. The defense for the Lancers much more aggressive looking on this particular series.
Grolfi drops back along with Chris Schwartz for the Lancers. Good snap. Nice hang time on this punt. Grolfi takes it and they pull the reverse, and Schwartz. 46-yard line. Boy, that was excellent hang time on that punt.
Yeah, it was a beautiful punt, turned over just as you wanted to. A nice spiral to it, and the nose of the ball coming over. Here you see it dropping into the hands, and the handoff as it does serve that particular play there to get past the initial rush of the Roncalli Jets, but pretty good coverage as a bunch of folks come down to mop up on the return.
A lot of action in this first quarter. 1:41 left. Jets lead it 8-0. Lancers good field position here to start at their own 46. And the pitch out to Grant Wagee down the side. And Wagee with a big gain. Lohberger did the right thing that time by pitching the football.
A very well-run option that time. Lohberger brought the ball out. You want to see the quarterback hold on to the ball as long as possible. Make the defense commit. He tucks it away. Nice move. Sees somebody coming up to get him. Makes the pitch. And that, of course, opens it up. The option, big play with a lot of college teams.
Wellner knocking him out at the 37. 1st and 10. Vandewater fumbles, and as he spun around, guess what he found bouncing up from the ground?
I think he was real happy to see it right there, too.
Clock stop, officials timeout, 1:13 on the clock. So the fumble recovery by the Lancers, no gain on the play. And Andy Hillman, as they fake it to Wagee, the first man, Hillman gets it. And they just string him out along that line of scrimmage. Not much doing on that one. Maybe a foot if that.
Roncalli has done a nice job of defending that. It's often called a belly play or a belly series, as they fake the ball to the first man through and then hand it another hole wider. But Roncalli very alert to that one.
Third down, 9 yards and 2 feet. Coming up for the Lancers, 24 seconds, clock running. And Lohberger airs it out for Vandewater, incomplete. Nice play by Nick Wellner, tipping it away from Ed Vandewater at the goal line.
Absolutely right. Excellent defense on that. It was Wellner that stopped that from being a touchdown, because it was an excellent pass, and the receiver in good position. Lohberger looking the field over, airs it out. You'll see Wellner come into your picture here and tip the ball away as the receiver is just ready to make the grab until the deflection.
Bob, I love that instant replay. Nice work by our cameraman on that one. And there's the birds. Boy, we get everything today. Lohberger looks down the middle and a little bit high. Intended. That was Jason Richter, number 33, the intended receiver. So the Jets take over again. Well, Lancers have not been shy about fourth down attempts, Bob.
No, and they're certainly willing to put the ball up. Yeah, the one thing about it, it's being thrown so hard, it's difficult to catch out there.
Aaron Golden, right side. Golden. Good balance as he gets tough yardage.
Nice job of waiting for people to commit. This was not a speed kind of a play, but a pick your way kind of a play. Golden did a nice job of waiting for people to commit, stepping around, waiting for blocks.
Should be the last play of this first period. 6 seconds on the clock. There you see the score, 8-0. In favor of the guest, and that's the Roncalli Jets today. Golden shy of that first down by a yard or so. And that's the end of the first period. Roncalli Jets on Golden's 3-yard touchdown lead it 8-0.
Pay-per-view is your best way to get Hollywood's top movies delivered right into your home. This week, catch the
hamburgers, and they've done a lot out here. In fact, they ran, I think, a punt, pass, and kick contest prior to today's game as well.
Yes, they were running a punt, pass, kick thing here locally.
In addition to the concession stand, of course, they sell the tickets, have ticket takers, and really do a great job for the Lutheran Lancers. The friends of the Lancers, our hats off to them. Well, we're underway in the second period. Schulander handing off to Golden, gets a couple. And enough for the first down for the Jets.
And a few quick comments on that first quarter. First down's even at 2-2, but the rushing and yardage edge, of course, goes to Roncalli as they had the drive for the touchdown. They've accumulated 64 yards at the end of that first quarter to 33 for the Lancers. The Lancers, however, ended up with an edge on time of possession as they held on to the ball for 7 minutes.
Schulander pitching to Golden, avoids one tackler. Nice cutback by Golden, still on his feet. And Golden crosses the 30-yard line of the 29.
Good quickness to outrun that man who was all over him in the backfield and then turn it upfield and kick in the afterburners. A 22-yard gain on that play.
72 yards now on 9 carries, 8 yards a pop for Golden. And no doubt anybody that's been following Jet football this year, he's been the big play running back for them all year.
That's right. He showed you why on that play.
Jets with the ball at the Lancers 30. Movement by the Jets. Coming
just up a little bit early before the snap that time. You know, it so often happens. It happened to me more than once. You get up there and you say to yourself, gee, did he say 1 or 2?
1st and 15 now for Roncalli. There you see that movement. Henriksen does a nice job stepping over the trash, as they call it, at the line of scrimmage.
One thing that the Lancers like to try to do is they're not afraid to get their knees dirty, and it's a good way to play football. I used to use a phrase that low man wins in football. The lower you can be, the more leverage you have on your opponent. The Lancers really like to use that philosophy. They are on the ground a lot, getting down there where they can make the blocks, make the cutoffs.
Maybe it'd be good to have a couple of midgets on the squad then, Bob, using that philosophy. Coming around the right side, Golden. And the Jets get some of that first down penalty yardage back.
You see Golden, a nice cut, nice move. And the tackle made by that swarming Lancer defense. Probably 4 down territory here too, Dan.
Could very well be, as they're at the 30. They have 3rd and 8. Need to get to that 20-yard line. Golden bounces outside. So they'll have a 4th down and about 4 situation. Will they run it or pass, Bob?
Well, they've been doing a good job of running the ball. I wouldn't be surprised if you would see that continue. They'll definitely be going for it. No sense punting down here. In all likelihood, the punt would gain you virtually nothing, as it would probably come back to the 20.
Golden about 7 yards deep in that tailback slot. He gets it right side, steps inside, and it appears he has it. As he needed to get on to the 20, and he got it down about the, 18.
Again, the power triangle. 83 yards now on 11 carries for Aaron Golden. That power triangle play with both backs leading through gives you a lot of punch at the point of attack, and another good hole that time.
Jets on a good drive here, lead by 8. Culligan. And Culligan, Ed Vandewater that time, nice defensive plays. He wraps him up.
The Roncalli offense opting to go right, I'm guessing, of course, but I would say about 80-85% of the time. Plays to the left have not been quite as successful. This one going to their offensive left. And the stop with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Lancers finally getting in on the tackle.
Seth Hanke, one of the safeties of the Lancers. We've seen him shoot that gap a couple times a day for some stops in the backfield. Timeout called by the Jets. 8:04 left in the second period. 8-0. Roncalli leads it.
Hi.
Jeff is here attending the game today. Bob, former standout for the Lincoln Ships down at Iowa.
Baseball player down there in Iowa.
Quite a catcher. Golden. And the Lancers fill quickly. Karolfi coming up from that safety slot. Seth Hanke, both safeties in on the tackle. Well, this is defense time for the Lancers here. Trailing by 8, 7:40.
I'm sure they don't want to go down by a 2-touchdown margin at this point in the game.
Right, one of the real key turning point times of this first half for both clubs. Henriksen fights his way forward to about the 10. So it's going to bring up 4th down and about, we'll call it 3, Bob.
Yes, looks like about 3 yards, but we may have an injury here as Hendrickson is slow to get up, holding on to an ankle.
Well, we have a moment here. Just want to mention again, Packer call-in. New day this week, Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. So join us for Packer call-in. We will take your phone calls, and of course, you might get a chance to play against the Butcher, beat the Butcher, win a $20 gift certificate from Fairview Supermarket. And of course, you also win a Packer mug, compliments of Shopko Manitowoc. Make sure you get over to Fairview Supermarket this week. Register as often as you get over there to the store, and we're going to draw a slip out of our Packer can. And that lucky person will also win the Packer mug and the $20 gift certificate if that caller beats the Butcher. So that's Tuesday night, 6:30 on Channel 20.
Nothing to it, right? Just pick those pro games and get them all right. You got a good shot at the prize.
You bet. And when you register at Fairview, you don't even have to pick any games. Just sign up the slip, throw it in the drum, and that person gets the $20 certificate just for stopping by. And then don't forget, Wednesday nights, 6:45 airtime, we'll have Lincoln Ships hosting the Sheboygan North Raiders.
Yep, Sheboygan North, final game of the regular season.
And then we'll have these Roncalli Jets at 5:15 on Thursday as Golden is very close. They're probably going to measure, I would think, maybe. We'll wait and see. I think they're going to just call it first. So first and goal for the Jets.
Art Nylet stepped up, took a look, cast his eye down the line, and said, nope, that's enough. We won't need a measurement.
.6:45 left in the first half. Jets lead by 8. Trying to take it in, extend that lead. Golden spins his way to the 6. Honke on the stop. There you see Karolfi getting up, number 20, along with Schultz.
The power triangle again that time to the right. Been a very successful call for the Jets. I wouldn't be surprised if we'd see it again before this series is over.
Could be the Bermuda Triangle, but there's no mystery that 21's going to get most of the carries.
That's right. One thing to watch is the Lancer defensive linemen will be trying to cut down the blocks of the Roncalli Jets here. You'll see them go low at the snap of the ball.
Flag flies from the official back in the secondary, and he calls delay a game on Roncalli.
I did think they were pretty casual on getting themselves lined up and huddled up that time, and turned out to be the case as they went past that 25 seconds they're allowed.
Key penalty, just as they're getting close, brings the ball back now. Outside that 10-yard line. And Golden, using that speed, is going to get to the corner. And Golden takes it in.
This was an excellent call of an excellent play. And the reason was that was that power triangle. They've been running it to their offensive right over and over and over again and getting yardage on it. Lutheran was, I'm sure, becoming very, very cognizant of that fact that they were going that way every time they lined up. This time, the two lead backs hit into the hole, but the play was going wide left instead of to the right side.
So Golden sweeps that 11 yards left for the score. 5:45 mark of the second period. 2 TDs for Aaron Golden today. That 3-yard one in the first quarter at the 7:34 mark.
And that being 102 yards on 15 carries.
Timeout on the field. 14-0 back with the Jets' extra point attempt after this.
Losing the weight was so simple because I ate veggies, fruit, water, and 9 slices of Natural Ovens bread a day. The bread has no fat.
Well, I'm going to have to starve myself to lose these 5 pounds.
No, you don't.
Do you know something I don't know?
Just eat none but natural ovens bread. A whole bunch. How do you think I keep my good figure? I eat natural ovens bread.
Jets went for the 2-point conversion last time. I'm assuming they'll do it again, Bob.
Yeah, quite a lot of discussion about this particular one. Coach Ray Baranchik is out there on the field talking it over with the offensive unit. Looks like another attempt at the 2-point conversion. I really like the call on that touchdown. As mentioned before, the power triangle really set up. It's set up as a play to the right, but working off that with a play that goes left, it was a very smart move as Golden turned in an excellent speed performance to the corner that time for the TD.
He sure did. We mentioned the big crowd on hand. Of course, the stands here in front of the press box where we are loaded, but tons of fans along the sideline. They are, 3-4 deep in some places. There, you see them?
Mm-hmm.
And that's just a few of them. And across the way on the other side, on the Jet side of the field, there's a few over there too. And Golden sweeps left for the 2.
And that caps off an 11-play, 63-yard drive, taking 6:56 off the clock as Roncalli extends their lead.
16-0, 5:45 left in the half.
Have you checked your relative chroma level lately? Flown on a pilot subcarrier? Suffered from hysteresis? Not sure? Then you need the Jones Cable Television and Information Infrastructure Dictionary for the latest high-tech terms that keep you competitive. Terms used daily in diverse industries such as government, cable television, telecommunications, computers, and many more. The Jones Dictionary is available now in hardcover book, desktop software, and CD-ROM formats. Call 1-800-414-4776 to order today.
Well, as Roncalli lines up to kick off, this will be the first possession for the Lancers in this second quarter. Roncalli dominating the second quarter with their drive for a touchdown.
Neufeld right along the ground. And Richter fields it at about the 33. So a real important 5 minutes and 45 seconds now for the Lancers, trailing by 16. I think going in at a halftime, Bob, if they can come down and get a score, get back in the game, that'll make them feel a little up, that's for sure, for the second half. And likewise for the Jets. They could stop them here, 3 downs and a punt, get it back. There's still time they could score again.
Absolutely. I think it's kind of a key time for the Lancers here.
And stay on the ground as Lohberger hands off to Wagey. Flag flies in late on the play. So something happened right at the point of the tackle. We'll see if it's a face mask. It is. So the Lancers not only get a nice about, maybe a 7-yard gain on the play. The additional yardage will bring it close to midfield.
Now those penalties make a big difference. Well, we were talking about how Lutheran needs some kind of lift here before halftime. We'll have to see what develops.
Ben Hartman, big number 83, 6'5" here on the left, brings in this play. Pick up of a couple by Wagey. So the Lancers in Jet territory now at the 49, 4:43, clock running. Jets lead by 16. And Lohberger pitches as he's hit, and the ball's loose, and the Jets appear to have recovered. Officials have not signaled, but the Lancers moves the ball down.
I think the ruling was that it's a forward pass, so they're going to get the ball back. See, a pass does not have to be thrown in a classic overhand fashion, of course. That one was shuffled ahead, and as long as it's thrown forward, It is a forward pass.
Bill Streleski, our statistician, right on the spot there, looking right down the line.
He's got an excellent angle on that one from over here.
I know. You could tell right from my angle over here, it almost appeared to be a lateral, but Bill was looking right down the line. He saw it was forward. Lohberger, that one's forward, and it's complete to Wagey, and he has the first down for the Lancers.
A little swing pass that time to a back out of the backfield, out a little flare type pattern. With the hard-charging Roncalli defense, this time it was a good call.
You bet, and that's the thing to do, right, to try to prevent the big rush on Lohberger. Dump it off quickly. 4:10 on the clock. Dan Nolte comes in with the next play. Hartman now checking in as well. At full house backfield, the Lancers are noted for. Lohberger airs it out deep down the middle. Incomplete, nearly triple coverage down there. Culligan and Wellner on the coverage. That was intended for number 90, Nolte.
A single receiver going very, very deep this time, and the Roncalli defense playing a deep safety. They're playing one man back, about 12 or even 15 yards off the ball. And he was back there defending on that play.
So the Lancers air it out long. Second and 10. They're looking to get that first down. And in the flat, Wagey, nice catch. And he's driven out. That was Sweatlick on the tackle. Now let's see where they spot it. It's close to that first down.
Okay, Lohberger drops to pass, and you see Wagey coming right out at you there at the very edge of the picture. And out again in the flat, as they call that area of the field. A nice move by him as he carries the ball very close to a first down. We're having a measurement.
Ball's just shy of the line. The marker was about 1.5 feet from the line.
We have a fearless call here by statistician Bill Starleski, and he is right again. His call was this is a first down, and sure enough.
3:39 on the clock. Trailing by 16. If the Lancers get a touchdown, they're pretty much forced to go for the 2.
Yes, definitely. You'd want to do that and save your chances for a tie.
It's one pressure that the Jets have placed on the Lancers, converting both of their touchdowns with 2-point conversions. Wagey on that quick hitter, nearly stripped by number 77, Jamie Stahl.
Well, the Roncalli Jets were, as we said, very aware of this straight-ahead dive that was so successful last week as the Lancers played Xavier really, really tough. And they have done a good job of defending it today. It hasn't broken for real big yardage.
Hillman, fullback, big yardage. Now that time they faked to Wagey left side, and he pivoted back, handing it to Hillman, and that crossed up the Jets defense.
Exactly, a classic counter play or misdirection play as they fake the handoff on that dive play that they have such a favorite of theirs, and then hand it to the fullback going the other way. So a misdirection play for a first down. The Lancers are on the move.
We'll keep an eye on the clock for you. 2:48. Time enough for the Lancers to keep it on the ground. Of course, not if they have 1-yard gains like that. Then they might have to pass, Bob.
2:30 left. There's plenty of time from where they are on the field, but not a lot to waste, though, either.
And there isn't enough time if you just get 2- and 3-yard gains. Then they're going to be forced to probably put the ball in the air. But if they could break a big run yet. Brad Myers split out right. Wagey gets the call.
Lancers that time had an offensive set with 3 wide receivers split way out to both sides of the field. And that, of course, spreads the defense a little bit. And the defense has to worry about those wide receivers get out there to cover them. The run then up the middle becomes a little more open.
Wagey stumbles and fights his way to the 13. Brings up 3rd down. 1:47 on the clock and running. Lohberger runs down the right side of the line, keeps it, has Culligan to elude. Well played by number 1, Chris Culligan. And now the Lancers' biggest play of this first half. 4th down, about 4. And timeout as the key play of this half. Fred Heydrich wants to talk it over. Clock stopped at 1:18. Let's take a break and don't go away as the Lancers have this key 4th down play coming up.
All that and a friendly smile too. Laths.
In our hands rests the ability to lift those who have fallen, to comfort those who are troubled. And there is no greater way to make it felt than through your united way.
There's a situation for Fred Heydrich's Lancers. 1:18 on the clock as Fred trots off 4th and 4. Let's see what the Lancers have up. Any bag of tricks, what they pull out here on 4th and 4. Lohberger, they're going to go to the air. Throws it, it's touchdown in that left side. And the Lancers complete it to Dave Wire. They had Wagey out in the flat, and the Jets thought he was going to go to Wagey, I think, Bob.
Well, the receiver was wide open back there, and the pass got to him this time, and he latched on. So the Lancers are on the board as the first half winds down, but still over a minute to go.
Nothing can be more pleasing to a head coach, Bob, than to go out, talk to the players, set up the play, see it executed to perfection for the TD.
Absolutely right. This is the kind of thing that bolsters the team and the coach's feelings a bit.
Now the Lancers. For the 2. And Hillman. Nice defensive play by the Roncalli Jets as Ryan Roberts denies the 2. So with 1:12 left in the half, 16-6.
And there's the catch.
This month, ghoul around with Jones Intercable. Get inside the mind of best-selling horror novelist Anne Rice and delve into the dark passions of her creations. Anne Rice, Birth of the Vampire, on Lifetime. And Castle Rock, Maine is having one devil of a time. Stephen King's Needful Things, a Showtime exclusive. This month, let 2 of the most popular masters of macabre send shivers down your spine. Take a walk on the dark side.
And with 1:12 left, Lohberger's 10-yard pass to Wire cuts it now to a 10-point lead for the Jets. Still a little clock time. Wire doing a good special teams play, getting down there first for the Lancers.
And that scoring drive by the Lancers, 9 plays covering 72 yards and taking 4:33 off the clock.
You know these Jets, they won't necessarily sit on the ball either in this final 107. They might put it up.
Oh, I wouldn't be a bit surprised. I'm sure you're going to see them make every attempt offensively here. There's some timeout left.
Wellner, wide right in the formation, number 80. Movement, 5 yards on the Jets coming up. 46 seconds left in the half. Want to mention again that Crime Prevention Day coming up October 22nd out at the Expo. That's a Saturday. Photo IDs and fingerprints for the kids and ambulance police cars. out there. And as well, they'll have home security systems you can take a look at, live music, food, and Officer Ollie and his friends. 1st and 15. Golden, right side. Splits 2 men, still on his feet. And he's driven out of bounds near midfield.
I had that penalty we had before. 4 penalties against Roncalli for 30 yards, only 1 against Lutheran for 5. So penalties a little bit of a factor in this game. Nice run on this one by Golden. Nice block. Jason Ewan coming out, number 50, with a good block. Oh, and a nice run through the tackles by Aaron Golden. And a swarm of people. Somebody gets a handful of jersey and pulls them down. This puts the Jets at darn near midfield.
And an opportunity to throw deep, and the Lancers have 4 or 5 men back about 10 yards.
That was a 23-yard gain that time.
Schulander looks, throws the short pass on the hook and lateral, and Culligan down the sideline. And it nearly worked for the TD, but a big play nonetheless as they get it down to the 25, 19 seconds left.
Time becoming a factor here. Here's the pass, complete to Neufeld, and then the pitch. One of the Lancers apparently saw that coming, but was not able to make the play, and then pushed out of bounds. The Roncalli Jets threatening to score here as time winds down in the first half.
So Ray Branchek pulling out a big play here at the Lancer 25. Schulander has a man, and he hits Wellner. And he's driven out of bounds, stops the clock at 13. Of course, the first down stops the clock.
This is a timeout called by the Jets with 13 seconds left.
And with 13 seconds and a timeout, I want to mention Sports Quiz. Amy Wilda standing by at our Jones Intercable office to field those phone calls. And thanks to Amy for pinch hitting for Jim and Janet for the last few games, and she's waiting for your phone calls, 682-9603, when we play Sports Quiz.
Here's a replay of that hook and a lateral play to the Culligan as he comes up the sideline. Nice run. That play, always a little danger with the lateral, but it's a very nice play when everybody's converging on the point of the pass, and when you make the lateral, it opens things up for the potential big play.
Tyler Neufeld catching that ball and then lateraling it over to Chris Culligan. The element of surprise, and Coach Ray Branchek pulled it off, and now his team with 13 seconds in position for another score. Lancers trying their best to pick one off. Big rush, and Schulander throws it backwards. Let's see, the official says he's down. The sack was made.
I'm a little surprised at that call.
And that's the end of the first half. What an exciting first half it was. Right down to the final second, 16-0. Stay with us for halftime.
16-6.
Thank you, Bob. Nice birthday bowling party, bumper bowling out there in Middle Lanes North. Monroe School, by the way, the PTA is going to have a special bowling outing Sunday out there. Over 100 family members, parents and kids from Monroe School out there. So, hey, if your group, organization, whatever, wants to have a bowling outing, just give Steve a call at Middle Lanes North, and he'll be real happy to take care of you. Stop out at Middle Lanes North, have a great time. And I guess the golf course must be still open. I haven't been out, Bob. How about you?
No, not recently. Been too busy.
I know. We have to get over to the links sometime. Maybe after school. Of course, nowadays we can probably play about 5 holes and quit at least the speed you and I play sometimes, right?
That's right. We just take a few too many swings, that's all.
But we get our money's worth.
That's right.
Lancers to kick it off, 16-6. High short kickoff. Culligan takes it on the run at the 20 and finds the seam, and Culligan nearly breaks it all the way. Spectacular return by Chris Culligan. And at the 43, the Jets Super field position.
And that tackler was the only one left as Roncalli comes very close to breaking that one for a touchdown.
Greg Yankee, Ray Branchek across the way. First and 10. Wellner in motion. Mark Henriksen with first down yardage and more. Crashing his way to the 44.
Big play to open the second half here for the Jets.
Golden left side. Flag flies from the back judge.
Now the deepest official on the field that time observed something happening up at that point.
Holding against Roncalli.
Well, that's going to come up with a first and about 20 yards for the Jets.
Don't forget next Saturday out at the Expo, that Crime Prevention Day. And photo IDs and fingerprinting available for your kids. And Officer Ollie and friends will be there. Live music and food. A lot going on. Stop out at the Expo next Saturday. As Schulander goes back to throw. Good pressure applied by number 73, Brad Romlow.
I'd like to see that by a young quarterback, a high school quarterback. It's a heady move to just throw that ball out over to the friends you have waiting over on the sideline there and avoid the sack.
You referring to the friends of the Lancers?
I know. all the Roncalli teammates, actually. That pass was thrown over their heads, too.
Neufeld, wide right. Franciulski in the slot, and they go to Neufeld. In and out of his hands, incomplete. Clock stops, 10:53, just underway in the third period. Jets lead at 16-6.
That play was well set up. They drive the defenders back by taking a few steps upfield, then quickly plant and stop and come back to the ball. But the one key element of catching it was missing that time.
You're watching live high school football on Jones Intercable Channel 20. Very glad you could join us this afternoon from Lancer Field. And looking deep down the middle, a high floater could be intercepted. Honke picks it off at the 35, crosses midfield, and Honke down to the 41-yard line.
Well, there's turnover number 2 of this ball game. And it was a play that the person with the very best shot at that one was the defense. Here you can see both Roncalli receivers are beyond the depth of that ball and picked off cleanly by Honke. Nice job as Wellner chases him down, and he might have gone quite a bit further than that had the Roncalli receiver not chased him down from behind.
28-yard interception return. Lohberger is going to keep it, and Lohberger with good yardage gets half of that first down yardage on first down.
The Jets, of course, having to be alert for that option play. This time the pitch not made, of course, as the quarterback pulls the ball down and carries it himself.
Lancers down by 10, 16-6. Has some momentum on the 27-yard interception return. Lohberger and throws it into the ground. Intended for Ben Hartman.
Third down, this kind of field position, of course, we've seen Fred Heydrich use all 4 downs and try to try to penetrate that Jet defense. We'll see what happens on third here. May not be any need for a fourth down decision.
Lohberger, Wagey on that quick dive play, and Wagey first down. Grant Wagey, good blocking by that interior of the line. And Lancer line today, Vandermoss, Matthias, Nelson, Zifko, Haupt.
Well, both teams coming out throwing the ball in this second half so far. The Lancers have thrown it. The Jets have thrown it. We saw very few passes from the Jets in the first half, but this time, maybe a change.
The unsung heroes, those offensive linemen. Hillman trips, fights his way for 2.
Again, one of the bread and butter plays for the Lancers.
Lohberger, and they pitch, they fake the quick hitter up the middle, and Vandewater not much going as the Jets weren't fooled on that play. Ryan Roberts, number 90, played it very well from that right end slot.
Exactly. Good defense by him. He was alert to exactly what was going on in that play. The fake made, of course, into the interior of the line, and then the pitch back for the wide sweeping action of that play. But very alert defense that time.
3rd and 9. Lohberger. And intercepted for Neufeld, intended for Grant Wagey. And Hillman knocks him down at the midfield stripe. Lohberger intending to go to Wagey, who was in motion, and Neufeld stepped in front.
Well, turnaround being fair play, as they say. One interception by the Lancers and a turnaround interception by the Jets. 25 yards will be the total on this return here. As, yep, Wagey was behind Neufeld, quite a ways behind. The pass underthrown. Neufeld picks it off, bringing it back on the nice return.
Golden. And Golden dives his way inside the 45 down to the 43.
Second and 3 for the Jets here. Those kinds of downs where you have like the situation of a 2nd and 3 always give you a lot of options. You can do, well, just about anything you want with that one. They're using that power triangle, so it looks like a run play.
Golden right up the middle, and Golden first down yardage, still on his feet. He's developed that spin move very well as he slipped out of the first tackle and nearly out of the second.
Good determined run by Golden that time. Not to be denied, kept his feet moving, and spin, as you said, it's a good move to avoid or break a tackle.
Jets lead it by 10, 7:24 on the clock. Quick hitter off the right guard slot.
Straight ahead for 4 yards that time. Checking the Lancer defense, the front line attempting to take the blocking away from the Jets by being low and being unable to be blocked. It's something the Jets have handled pretty well to this point.
Right side, and Golden with some good yardage. Well, that right side led by Brigham and Ewan. Number 50, 76 for Brigham, of course, 50 for Ewan. Third and very short. The officials are going to take a close look at this 6:20 clock stop. Reminder, Packer call-in coming your way Tuesday night. Special night this week, Tuesday night at 6:30 p.m. Give us your phone calls on Tuesday night, and then Wednesday night we'll have the Lincoln Ships against Sheboygan North, and Thursday night Roncalli Jets, Oshkosh Lords, and the Jets starting time 5:15 airtime. You can watch the Jets, and then after that, tune to the Green Bay Packer Minnesota Viking game.
And keeping you updated on the stats for the leading rusher in this game, Aaron Golden now has 149 yards on 19 carries.
Golden, first down and more. And the Jets just outside the 15-yard line. 1st and 10. Right now, this Jet ground game is looking pretty tough right now.
Yep, they've come back and started to assert themselves. Maybe they weren't too fond of the passing game, I suppose, after that interception. But the running game has redeemed themselves. They got a nice drive going.
Shoelander. And this time the Lancers, as a flag comes in. Lancers, Seth Heinke, number 25, coming up from that safety slot, one of the initial tacklers. And the Jets get a holding call. No gain on the play. The Lancers could take 2nd and 10, but I'm sure getting this far down towards the goal line. Let's see if they'll take the yardage. I think they will.
It makes 6 penalties for the Jets this afternoon for 50 yards. And still just 1 penalty thrown against the Lancers for 5. One thing, of course, about penalties, if they're good aggressive penalties where you're trying to do something, coaches don't mind seeing those as much as the mental mistakes.
Culligan crashes his way out of the 10. So they get the penalty yardage back, and 2nd and 10.
Nice run that time, straight ahead. And here we see Chris Culligan on that straight ahead play, puts the head down, untouched to well back into the backfield. Saving tackle by the Lancers that time.
Sure was, and now they need to get to the 5. They have 3 downs to do it. Wellner gets the call. And he's knocked closer to that goal line.
A good aggressive hit, but in the wrong direction.
Right.
Helped him out for a yard.
So it's about 3rd and 4 now. 16-6, Jets lead by 10, 4:20 left in the 3rd. Boy, touchdown here by Roncalli could really make it tough on the Lancers now, Bob, with just a little over a quarter to go.
That's right. That would be a little bit more of a hold than they really would care to have, I'm sure.
And Golden, of course, Lancers are looking for him to get that football, and that's very close. They had to get just outside the 5, and that's where it's being spotted, right next to that line. 1st down.
First and goal, 4 shots from there for the 5 yards. Lancers will have to come up with a big defensive series here. They're going to keep that score only a 10-point difference.
Seems like that Jet line maybe is wearing down the Lancer defense a little bit. Lancers right now need to penetrate, shoot that gap, and get them for a loss. And Golden surging forward, being pushed. Nice play from the behind. Scott Christoffel, number 32, doing a good job keeping that pile surging forward.
I think you may have made correct observation there too, Dan, and is that the size of the Jet front line might be making a bit of a difference as they are able to move the stack that time.
Down marker across the way. Gives us the appearance about 1.5 yards to go for Roncalli. And Golden fights his way still on his feet and gets down close to that line, but just about a foot short.
I could hear the pop on that hit, even up here wearing headphones. There was
see, we can hear it on the replay.
And pow.
I heard it.
Yeah, there was quite a pop that time as Aaron Golden hit in there, and the Lancers equal to the task.
Golden shaken up, goes to the sideline. Culligan replaces him. So Henriksen the up back. Culligan the deep back in the set. He gets the call. Oh, as he hit Honky. Ho! Honky.
Whew. That was an all-star hit right there. Honky, one of the better hits we've seen this season. And he's shaking it off there as he gets up, and bang. Quite a pop by the Lutheran Lancers there. Hey, a determined effort. 4th down coming up for the Jets.
There you can see, we had a good shot there. Right down, you can see that ball was just about a foot away from the goal line. And timeout is going to be called by the Jets. 1:34, 16-6. We'll be back in just a moment.
About 30 years ago, Stock's Dinner Club began serving some of the finest steaks, prime rib, seafood, and roasted chicken this county has ever tasted. And today, things are even better. Bring the entire family, because Stock's has something for everyone. And with reservations, groups of 14 or more get served family style. There's even a private room for those special occasions. Stock's Dinner Club in Newton, where we appreciate your business these past 30 years and making us who we are today.
Greg Yankee talking over the offensive strategy. Fred Heydrich out there talking to the defense. Here's the situation. 4th down, the ball just a foot from the goal line. 1:34 on the clock, left in the third. Golden still out of the lineup. Culligan in for him.
We were just speculating about what kind of call it might be here.
Check that. I see now that number 21, Golden, is back in there as Culligan now runs off. So Golden back in it. There he is at that tailback slot.
Power triangle again.
Will they go to him? Will Schulander keep it? And Golden runs outside the tackle slot. Takes it in unopposed. Congratulated there by Tyler Neufeld. And that puts that Jet lead now 22-6.
And that makes 163 yards for Aaron Golden today on 24 carries.
Well, they've been running between those tackle slots, and the Lancers were really clogging up the middle. So the Jets said, hey, we're going to take it to the outside, and it was successful. Neufeld on for the extra point attempt. Schulander holding. Good hold and nice kick. 25 yards to spare in the extra point. 23-6.
Roncalli High School, creating a Christian community. At Roncalli, students, parents, and staff work together educating the whole person. The wide variety of courses enable students to gain the knowledge and skills to succeed. Plus, students with special needs are encouraged to develop their talents through the Learning Needs program. The wide range of extracurricular activities gives students the chance to display their talents outside the classroom as well. Committed to assisting students in reaching their fullest potential, Roncalli, a school you can believe in.
Beautiful fall afternoon here at Lancer Field.
And just a quick note to our viewers today that Purdue leads Wisconsin 14-10 at the half.
Well, that wasn't good news, Bob.
It's only halftime.
Remember, Bob guaranteed no rain here this afternoon. Thus far, it's been dry. He said if it rained, he was going to take 5 jogging trips between Roncalli and Lutheran High School. Back and forth, in case it rained. One man to beat. And Vandewater tackled by Neufeld as he stayed back, the kicker. And the Lancers will have the ball at the 41. And Neufeld, as the kicker, stays back just in case that happens, and he was ready and waiting.
He's the safety man on that. As a 34-yard return that time on that short kick.
Lancers down by 17. Have 1 quarter plus a minute to do something about it. Incomplete over the middle. Jason Ewan on the coverage. That was intended for number 2, Brad Meyer. Clock stopped on the incompletion, 1:05. And of course, it puts the Lancers now in the position, Bob, where they do have to put the ball in the air a lot.
That's true. And they are going to have to open things up. If they're going to run, it's perhaps got to be, some of the big play possibility stuff. But of course, big plays have come to them by running straight ahead on the dives.
That time, Hillman getting a couple. Third and about 8.
This does appear, though, to be a very, very important possession for the Lancers. They're going to have to get some points out of this one in order to have a chance to have this game turn their way.
They're faced here with the 3rd and long. Need to get to the 32-yard line of the Jets. After that big kickoff return, Lohberger throws out to the flat. Vandewater, as Neufeld slips, he does a nice cutback move. And first down. Well, credit the receiver. He made the move inside, forcing Neufeld to lose his footing.
He certainly did. It was an excellent job of moving with the ball after that catch. Again, a little flat pass, a nice high percentage kind of pass. And then Vandewater, a nice job of running with it once he caught it. Made a little spin move.
Lancers may not get this play off as we're under 10 seconds, that is. Down to 3. Lance Wagee, and no gain for Wagee as the 3rd quarter ends. Jets lead it 23-6.
Since the days of inkwells and oversized ledger books, First National Bank in Manitowoc has been owned by local shareholders and operated by local people. Today, 100 years later, First National Bank is the only bank in Manitowoc locally owned and operated. The majority of our shareholders still live here in Manitowoc and are your friends and neighbors. Our customers believe it's important to shop locally, and so do we. Shop locally and bank locally at First National Bank, Manitowoc's only locally owned independent bank.
Upcoming this week, Packer call-in. Remember, Tuesday night, 6:30 p.m. That'll be followed by the replay of today's Jet Lancer game. Then on Wednesday night, Sheboygan North taking on the Lincoln Ship, 6:45 airtime. Then on Thursday, 5:15 airtime, early start time, Roncalli Jets hosting Oshkosh Lords. Don't forget, Green Bay Packers, Minnesota Vikings that Thursday night. And then on Saturday, we'll wind up our regular season back out here as the Lutheran Lancers take on Fox Valley Lutheran. And Bob, this season has gone by quickly.
It certainly has, yes. We starting back, of course, mid-September with our first game of the year.
Big crowd on hand. There you see it. Stands full. People standing room only. SRO here at Lancer Field today. I want to thank AD Dennis Steinbrenner for his usual graciousness out here, and great working with Dennis. Lohberger throws it up. It's complete. Touchdown, Ben Hartman. And the Lancers come back now, 23-13.
Lohberger, a nice job on that one as he lofted a very catchable pass to a wide open Hartman. That pass, the kind that just floats into your hands.
Interesting stat, Bob. Every play in this 4th period, the Lancers have scored a touchdown.
Amazing statistic. With 11:53, 7 seconds off the clock in the 4th quarter.
First play, a pass TD for the Lancers. They're going for 2, try to cut this Jet lead to 9. Lohberger. And nice play is grabbing that left shirt jersey sleeve. That was Tyler Neufeld. Let's watch Tyler on this play. Well, here's the touchdown, Bob.
The touchdown, there he is, standing alone. A scramble going on by the Jets to get back there.
From this to this, Meadow Lanes Meadow Links is your year-round sports complex. Meadow Sports Complex features 18 holes of golf and 24 lanes of bowling. There's family fun for everyone with open bowling during the week and on weekends. Plus, there's bumper bowling for the kids. Afterwards, head over to the Galley Restaurant. Meadow Sports Complex also has halls available for receptions, showers, business meetings, and company outings. Mix business and fun for your staff at Meadow Sports Complex, where there's family fun for everyone.
11-point game, 23-12, as Lohberger, 26-yard pass to Hartman. And we have a full quarter of action left here as we're just underway in the fourth period. Culligan upended. Good tackle by the Lancers, number 32, Andy Schrader. Nice stop.
Yes, that it was on that kick return. And a few stats at the end of the third quarter. Roncalli continues to hold the edge in yardage as, of course, they put together some impressive drives in the second half. They're up to 257 yards rushing now. Total yards rushing. Total yards, period. 257.
Thanks, Bob. Shoelander. Aaron Golden gets around the corner, and look at that speed. Only one man left to catch him, and he's hauled down at the 28-yard line. Chris Schwartz, the left corner, number 19, saves the TD.
Once you make the corner, there's no substitute for speed. And here we're going to see Aaron Golden getting around that corner of the Lancer defense and just turning on the speed, outrunning Honky with a saving tackle here coming up as we pass the 30-yard line on that one.
Good tackle by Schwartz, had the angle.
A 47-yard run.
And a loss that time. Knifing in Brad Romlow. Fine play, number 73.
And that long run, Dan.
210 yards?
Yes, 210 yards, putting him over that 200-yard mark rushing for the day.
The other thing, 25 carries for Golden today. Talk about somebody getting the football.
Also through three quarters, the Jets establishing a little more of a lead by about 5 minutes now on the time of possession.
For carries, Golden to the Jets is like Jerome Bettis to the Rams. Give him the ball 20, 30 times a game. Inside run. Henriksen on a great deceptive play by the Jets.
I have to admit on that one, I was watching something other than the runner. I did not realize the ball had been handed off inside. So a nice move by the Jet quarterback and handing that one off. 53 yards for Henriksen on 9 carries today.
Third down and about 6 inches. Culligan gets stopped. Timeout called by the Lancers. 10:01 left in the game. 23-12. Jets lead it by 11.
Game Point. Hungry for pizza? Call us during the game with your order. We will reserve your table and have your pizza ready for you when you arrive. Order Luigi's Football Pizza and feed the whole group with our 30 by 15-inch pizza. Then mix in some fun by playing one of our many video games for your entertainment. Lots of great food and great fun after the game at Luigi's Pizza Palace 3, Highway 151, Manitowoc.
Yeah, stop out at Luigi's for one of those great football pizzas. Bob?
Big fourth down play coming up here. Of course, the reason for the timeout, we'll have This could be, of course, a big impact in this game if this fourth down turns into a first down.
About 2.5 yards for the Jets. You bet they lead by 11. Coach Fred Heidrich's going to have to hustle to get off the field here. Fourth and 2.5. Golden gets hit. And, boy, this is going to be close.
The mark is everything here.
The mark is right by near the line.
Yeah, I think they're short. The Lancers are saying, you definitely are short. We're coming off the field. It's time for the Lancer offense.
So, credit that Lancer defense. They get congratulated over here on the sideline. And they take over on downs, and we still have a football game.
And here you see the replay of that one. Okay, we have a little technical difficulty here up in the booth today as our monitor is giving us a little bit of trouble.
Lohberger throws deep, intended for Vandewater. Oh, in and out.
What an excellent effort by Vandewater there, as that almost a completion. The ball bounced on his fingertips a couple of times and then falls incomplete.
That would have been one of the highlight catches of the year. What made that one tough, watch as it comes right in directly over his head, Bob.
Lohberger lays this one out. This is a tough catch to make when it's coming right over your head like that, but he makes a valiant effort at it, stretched out completely, almost.
Back to live action, 2nd and 10. Lohberger drills it, first down, Lancers. Van Hartman, they have not connected deep on one of those Lohberger passes. Well, the one to Hartman for the TD was kind of a longer one, but otherwise on their deep passing game they haven't hit. But maybe we're going to see more of those types where he's just going to drill the ball for that 10, 12-yard pass play.
Yeah, that's right. And, of course, those, if incomplete, stop the clock, and we get the advantage of saving some time.
Well, I hope our monitor corrects itself, Bob. Otherwise, when you do these replays here, this could be a little
tough.
We'll
be guessing.
1st and 10. Lohberger launches one, and nobody's going to get that one. That was intended for number 19, Chris Schwartz.
Turned the receiver around that time as the ball, he was looking inside or over his inside shoulder, and the ball thrown over the outside shoulder. So a tough one. The ball falls incomplete. Several wideouts this time.
2 men wide right. 2nd down. Hillman gets a pitch. He's collared over there by number 42 on the play. Brian Silsky makes the stop.
Good effort by the Jets defense there, stopping that wide play. Again, spreads out the defense when you have one receiver wide left, 2 wide right.
3rd and 10, and a lot of time left. The Jets trailing by the 2 scores, down by 11. Of course, touchdown if they get a 2-point conversion, and a field goal would tie the game. They could get 11 that way. And really plenty of time left in this 4th quarter. 8:58. They don't have to panic yet. They can afford to punt on a 4th down.
That's true.
On 3rd and 9, Lohberger looks and nearly intercepted by Tyler Neufeld, intended for Richter. Neufeld got his left hand on it and nearly picked it off.
Okay, out of the shotgun. Lohberger back. Throws the ball behind his receiver, and Neufeld almost. It's the one hand on it, but that ball thrown hard, so not the kind that you're going to be successful pulling in one-handed.
4th down and 10. They're going for it. Lohberger back, throws over and incomplete, and the Jets will take over on downs in excellent field position at the 35. The Lancers bold on 4th down.
Again,
Fred Hygre, he likes to go for it.
Oh, yes, he
We saw
does.
him last week against Xavier at midfield, go for a 4th and 4.
Hey, the rules say you get 4 tries for a first down.
You got that right.
And
Doesn't
he's
say
gonna
3
use
downs
them.
and punt. He had the football. He wanted to take a shot at getting that first down. Now it's up to his defense to hold the Jets. Schulander and Neufeld wide open. Has everybody beat. Easy TD. As the Jets came back and struck quickly.
Yeah, that's something obviously the Lancer defense was not looking for at all. Neufeld snuck out there all alone. Nobody within about 15 yards of him as the ball lofted up a nice soft pass. Caught and pranced into the end zone.
And on that pass play, 34-yard touchdown pass. Jets will go for the 1-point attempt. Neufeld. And it's wide right, no good. So with 8:43 left in the game, 29-12, Jets lead it.
Success in today's business world means always moving forward, always working to be the best in the field. At Fricke Printing, we never stop working to give you the best product. Whether it's the addition of more efficient presses, updated computers for graphic design, or the addition of skilled personnel, it all means one thing: the best printing at an affordable price. Just as dressing for success doesn't stop at a suit and tie, Fricke Printing will never stop moving forward to give you the best product. Fricke Printing, making the Lakeshore and northeastern Wisconsin look great for over 34 years.
Glad to have Fricke Printing and all the fine sponsors that bring you high school football on Jones Intercable Channel 20. As Schulander hits Neufeld, a 34-yard pass play, 8:43 left in the game. And now the Jets, I don't know if we can say comfortable lead, Bob, but 17 points with 8 minutes.
It's pretty comfortable.
Most coaches would take that. Schrank. And about 6-7 Jet defenders there.
And the squib kick on the kickoff is becoming very, very popular here. We've seen Neufeld kick on the extra points on a couple of occasions today. He really does a nice job of getting the ball up quickly. One of the problems is for some kickers is kicking line drive kinds of things on extra point attempts. Even though he missed the last one wide to the side, still the ball gets up quickly, and that's something you want to see.
Personally, I like the high, long kickoff with the big returns, Bob.
Yeah, yes,
but
they're pretty.
I know they won't put in a, maybe they could have a minimum elevation kick rule. You know, it has to be at least, 10 yards above the level of the field. Lohberger winds it up, and it's underthrown. Schwartz tries to come back. Culligan defending on the play. Just slipped a little bit on the release.
Right, I think that ball did come out of there, slip a little bit, as it wobbled and fell harmlessly short of the receivers and the defense. And the passing stats today for the Lancers, 6 completions on 23 attempts, 1 interception, and 78 yards chalked up via the air.
Trailing by 17, the Lancers. State of the passing game here. Good spiral on this one, and Schwartz gets behind Culligan. Culligan did the smart thing there, did not interfere at all with the receiver.
As he was coming back toward, making a turn toward the center of the field, and the pass just outside his reach.
Plus Culligan, heads up play, he knew Nick Wellner was coming over, giving him a little help from the inside. So now 3rd and 10. Lohberger pitches out to Wagee, and Grant. Neufeld collars him from behind.
It's a handful of that jersey and pulls him down from behind.
So another 4th down for the Lancers. They'll go again. They did before. 4th and 5. Wilberger now back in punt formation. Roncalli staying up, though, in case he does throw the football. And that is the design play. And he drills the ball first down. Well, that was interesting. He drops back in punt formation. Roncalli didn't buy it. They figured he might fake it. He did, and it worked anyway, Bob.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, nice first down by about 8 yards more than they actually needed.
Right to number 83 there, Ben Hartman.
You see the deep snap coming up here on the punt. And then make the one step as though to punt. Then elude those two Roncalli defenders and deliver the ball on a perfect strike right between the 8 and the 3.
Drilled that one in there to Ben Hartman. Play action. Pump fake.
Well, the receiver for the Lancers got tied up there and fell down, and the ball just overthrown.
Isn't there a rule against tying them up?
Well, it just got caught in a lot of traffic.
Oh,
we'll
okay.
change that to that.
Good. I didn't think this was a calf roping event. 2nd and 10 at the 48. 6:46 on the clock.
Getting a chance to see Wilberger's arm today as he's aired the ball out on several occasions.
Throws down a wobbly one, and it's picked off by Nick Wellner, playing center field back